Hello hoppers and welcome back to my 3D Stumper Sunday video. This week is a bit of a challenge just because it's a sorry, if it was coming through correctly at all on your computer on YouTube, the printer was basically fading in and out of itself, and it looks amazing. Anyway, it's been hilarious listening to people's guesses for this thing in person, and I can't wait to see what your guesses are, so without further ado, I hope you enjoy this video. Alright, so if you guessed this interesting, very cool, futuristic steampunk airship sort of thing, then you were correct. Otherwise, I gotta get to work. So, hope you enjoyed this video, hoppers, and I'll see you next time. Alright, I lied. That was tragically short for me to just cut it off that quickly while I sat in my car in front of my workplace while people walked by and I felt awkward. And this model was not even center camera, so I thought I'd give you an idea of what it looks like in Maya itself, in the modeling software that we use, just so you can actually see it for what it really is and see the details that you may not have been able to see on camera when it was done. So yeah, this is what it looked like. There's obviously stuff that I added just to make it work a little bit better. Let's get a little bit more space here. But I thought it looked really great. It turned out really well. I was so surprised that it printed the first try because honestly I've had some things that coming up that you may see on the channel that took 8 tries or more to print correctly, partially because of the cold air. We had that big cold spell recently in all of the United States basically, and cold air with does not mix well with molten plastic. It just kind of bows out and does some very strange stuff. So a few things you may notice. There was not a wheel in the print. I knew this would have trouble printing. I knew this was all vanishingly thin anyway, and I wasn't going to build supports for it because I knew it would probably be a problem anyway, so I just let it do whatever it wanted to, and apparently what it wanted to do was kind of a shape. So, oh, nope. There you go. Oops. Nope, stop selecting. There you go. You may also notice that there's a texture up here, but obviously it was printing in plastic, so it looked a bit more like, like this. But other than that, I think it did really well. Obviously, there's some extra things here that didn't really need to be there for his 3D model if we weren't going to 3D print it. So some of this stuff, a lot of the support structure was stuff I actually added just to make it work a little bit better. So a lot of this would have just fallen over during the print, because until it's this tall, so until that right there, it is touching. All of this is freestanding on that tiny little corner. So I built these little bars in just to hold everything together while it was printing until everything was attached at the top. He could conceivably take that apart, but it'd be kind of difficult. So I can turn those off and you can see it a little closer to how he modeled it. He didn't model it with this nice lighting or anything, and it wasn't white, but I thought it would look a little bit closer to the print if I changed it to white and gave it a little more natural lighting. We could turn off lights and all that stuff to make it look way more unnatural and stuff, but that's really just more Maya's doing than the students. So yeah, and if you were curious about why it took so long to print in the middle and I had to speed it up so much, just like I'm trying to speed up my speech so I don't bore you to tears, it's really because you can see all of this stuff on the outside, but that's not the whole story. If I switch to wireframe, you can see a bit more intersecting through there. It's kind of hard to tell where the edges of things are, though. So if I switch back here, let's turn on our lights again and stuff, and I am going to turn down this a bit. So turn down for what, you say? Turn down for I am a terrible rapper. What am I saying? Here we go. So I'm gonna bump up the transparency a little bit, see if this will, there we go. That's kind of hard to see. Let's go ahead and I'm going to switch this to simple sorting. Yeah, there we go. Now we can see it in a really weird way. Actually, let's turn on that layer again so we can have the other stuff that was there. So obviously this is rendering a little bit bizarrely at the moment, but it gives you kind of an idea of what's going on in there. So there's all of that stuff intersecting, and the printer did the best it could to interpret what on earth was going on inside of this, but that's why you ended up with a whole bunch of interesting stuff. It ended up looking like there was an engine block inside of this thing, and all that, and then of course we have all the ribs up here, but that was needed to hold it together for the print. And if I go inside, yeah, there's just, you can see we're constantly intersecting with new things. Hopefully that's coming through the YouTube compression. But overall, I thought this student did a great job. He should be very proud of himself. I know that there was this amazing look of glee on his face when I brought this print in. He absolutely wasn't expecting it that day or anything, so it was a really great surprise for him, and I think it turned out really well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, Hoppers. I hope you enjoyed being able to see the model as it existed in 3D space, not in 3D, in fake 3D space, whatever, in our modeling software, to see what the student was looking at when they were making it, and hopefully, well, leave me feedback down below. See if this is something that you'll want from future videos. I'll absolutely be happy to do this. I love running my mouth, as you can tell. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, Hoppers, and I'll see you next time. Hasta Ventana.
Boom 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 boom. Boom 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 boom.